Hi guys, good morning. This is Alejandro Flores and I'm gonna talk about how Game of Thrones changed TV forever. So first of all, let's talk about what Game of Thrones is. It all started in 1996 when the first A Song of Ice and Fire book was published. It was called A Game of Thrones, and that's where the name of the TV show came from the first book. So George R. R. Martin, the writer of A Song of Ice and Fire, was inspired by the War of the Roses in England, the war between the Lancaster family and the York family for the English throne. In A Song of Ice and Fire, the Lannister family and the Stark family have a conflict and they start a war where every lord, every lady of the continent have to take sides, just like it happened back in England. The book series was really successful, and in 2007 they decided that they wanted to turn it into a series. They sold the idea to HBO, and in 2011 they premiered the first episode. So in a regular series, you will think that the main character of the series is safe and sound, that nothing could ever happen to him. Even if he's in a building and the building explodes and he flies across the whole city and falls into a lion's cage in a zoo, he will live, right? Well, that's not Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is famous for killing its main characters, which actually didn't happen before in other series. Literally, every character in Game of Thrones goes out with a boom. There's also something that Game of Thrones is famous for. The villains in the series, they're very likable. I mean, they have huge fan base, and some villains even have more fans than some main characters have, which is illogical because before Game of Thrones you thought that villains were supposed to be hated, they weren't supposed to be liked. And some series are actually starting to make and write likable villains, and villains that have big fan bases, even if they're very, very evil. Here's an example: Negan from The Walking Dead. You've gotta love the guy. Oh, Game of Thrones is also famous for its nudity, its gruesome violence, and its famous sex scenes. And a lot of series that had all of that in it before Game of Thrones were considered bad, and they didn't have that success. So you will think that a series that killed its main characters, that has a lot of villains, that has sex, nudity, a lot of violence, wouldn't be really successful, right? Well, actually, there are millions of Game of Thrones fans, and you can see it here. So you must be wondering, how did they make this successful series? Well, I don't think they have a math formula for that. I think it was just a mixture of good publicity, a mixture of good acting, good writing, good story, and a lot of luck. Actually, I kind of compare Game of Thrones to Alejandro Jodorowsky's Dune. Dune's inspired a lot of movies, and Game of Thrones did that with the TV shows. Game of Thrones broke the wall of what was acceptable and what was not acceptable on TV. Before Game of Thrones, TV series like The Bastard Executioner, Outland, The Shahiniera Chronicles, Outlander wouldn't be able to be made because they had a lot of nudity, sex scenes, a lot of violence. And Game of Thrones broke down that wall that said that these things couldn't be on TV. It opened a whole new world for TV writers. A world where you can kill all the main characters you want, well, as long as you replace them with new characters, of course. You don't want to have an empty series. A world where you can have a lot of violence, a world where you can have nudity and sex scenes. it, it opened a whole new world for TV.